Welcome to CoffeeisME podcast, where me means you, or more precisely, us. This is the show where your host, Valerian, without using any interrogation techniques, convinces coffee professionals to reveal their secrets to teach and inspire you to make better coffee and earn a few bucks on the side, if that's what you fancy. Let the show begin.
Hello, Coffee World. This is the intro episode for a new podcast, CoffeeisME. I had a previous test episode with Willem Booth talking about coffee in Central America and his magical farm in La Mula in Panama. After the show, I asked you, what do you think? Would you like a show like this? And despite of the horrible audio quality and my very strong accent, I received plenty of great feedback. Thank you for all your encouragement and support. And thank you for letting me know what you think. So as you can see, I decided to go ahead and do this podcast. So what is this podcast going to be about? The priority goal is pick the brains of people in the coffee industry how to succeed in this world. Each episode will be loaded with valuable information you can try out in your business. We'll talk about the quality and the business aspects of the coffee, but I will also sneak in some of my personal obsession with digital sales and digital marketing strategies. If you know me, you already know that I built all my businesses with a very strong digital in mind. Sharing information is not one-way street, and I would like to invite you to share your experience with us. For this reason, I have created a Facebook group called CoffeeisME. This is the place where we can discuss the individual episodes and you can share your experience, and you can also ask some questions of our guests. Each episode will be 20 to 50 minute long friendly conversation, and I will keep the format open. Sometimes it will be 20 minutes, sometimes it will be 50 minutes. It really depends how much we have to say about the topic. For every episode, I'll create show notes, so no worries. You can listen to the show, you don't have to make notes, because all the links and all the resources we mention, I'll actually put them into the show notes. The show notes you will find on my website, CoffeeisME. Do you feel like supporting the show? Great, thanks! You can do so by leaving a review on iTunes, or by sharing it on the social media or beyond. Let the world know that we exist. This will not cost you a penny and will have a serious impact on the reach of this show. Because how iTunes works is that the shows which have more reviews, more positive reviews, will get a better exposure. So help me to get better exposure. Another positive aspect of the iTunes reviews is that I can see what you think about the show and I can adjust. If you don't like certain aspects, I can skip them. Or if you like certain aspects, I can add some more of that. I'll read all the reviews, so keep them coming. Thanks again. This show is open for sponsorship. If you are interested in this opportunity, drop me an email. My email is valerian@coffeeis.me, or you can just contact me via the contact form on our website, CoffeeisME. I reserve the right to take on only products I like and I believe in. I would have to put my name next to them, and I make sure that those products are valuable. So where can you find this show? Well, I already mentioned our website, CoffeeisME. For Apple users, iTunes would be the best place. For Android users, Stitcher, amazing Stitcher app for all the podcasts you can find. And of course, the CoffeeisME Facebook group. I'll post there every episode and we can discuss those episodes. I'm sure I will promote this podcast on other forums and Facebook groups and LinkedIn groups. But just to make sure that all your thoughts are congregated on one place, I would invite you to go to CoffeeisME Facebook group and share your thoughts, your questions under each episode of this podcast. If you are not a member of Facebook and you kind of don't want to be a member of Facebook and you find these podcasts somewhere else, feel free to comment there and I'll make sure I'll answer it there. I understand, not everybody wants to be on Facebook, and that's fair, so I'll try to accommodate everyone. So this is the basic information about the show. Now, if you suffer through this and you want to know some information about me, so here it is. My name is Valerian Hrala. I live in Marin County, close to San Francisco, and as you can hear, I'm not native. I'm originally from a small country in Central Europe called Slovakia, from a charming town on the bank of Danube called Komárno. And if my accent confuses you, it's because I belong to the Hungarian minority in Slovakia. So you will find Hungarian and Slavic influences in my accent. Originally, I'm a political scientist. I studied human rights and international relations. And I used to work in Balkans as a OSCE monitor, working with human rights. When I came back from Balkans in 2002, I started my first coffee roasting company called A Green Plantation. I purchased a 250-gram coffee roaster, Alpenröst, maybe some of you still remember it, and 2 sacks of coffee. But, this company never took off in this form, obviously. So it was always kind of like a side business. In 2010, me and my family moved to California. It was time to reinvent myself. I decided to do what I like and enjoy, coffee. I was lucky to meet with Willem Boot and Jody Wieser, at that time Double, and together we started Bootcamp Coffee, the online education for coffee roasters and cuppers and professionals. Most of you might know me from Bootcamp Coffee. I really fall in love with all the knowledge I learned from filming and doing Bootcamp Coffee. So I decided to rebrand Green Plantation, which I couldn't sell at that time. So in 2012, I rebranded. I teamed up with one very passionate barista who is running the company in Slovakia. And we decided to implement everything what I learned while doing Bootcamp Coffee. And this really changed the whole face of the company. We really took off. And now today, Green Plantation is one of the best specialty grade roasters in Slovakia. I'll be honest, managing a European company from California is incredibly hard and sometimes extremely frustrating. But I'll be happy to share openly my experience and frustrations and give some tips, compare them to the tips we get from my guests. And so I will refer a lot to Green Plantation, my Slovak company, and my American ventures like CoffeeisME or Bootcamp Coffee. And on a private level, in 2015, I'll be 41 years old. I'm happily married and I have 2 amazing kids, 1 boy, 1 girl. I love cooking, gardening, experimenting and trying new things. Hence the podcast. Well, thank you for listening and I'm looking forward to our future adventure. Talk to you soon. Bye.